Hello.
Hey, girl. Did you see what I saw?
I think I saw more because I was able to catch a few things before they actually happened. I was like, okay, this is supposed to happen
Uh-oh.
today. Before I could even say it, it was up there. Before we get started, y'all, let me just say this. Although you probably know who I am, but if I don't say who I am, then Tamika's gonna say, "And I'm Tamika." So, hey, yeah, it's Doris,
And
and
it's
I'm
Tamika.
Tamika.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, let's get into this episode. Let's get into it. I was looking on line the other day because I was wondering how many episodes they're going to have this season. I
Did you
was
find
really,
anything?
yes, it said 22, but I was looking for
Oh.
that half mark. Like, when are they going to cut off for the little break that they have? Couldn't find it. I was just trying to
Mm.
get my schedule together. That's neither here nor there. But anyway, let's start off with Danny. She was rocking them colors, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
She looked so cute.
It feels so good to see her
Yes.
in out of that uniform.
Yes, but it says a lot. It's like I think they're doing it us to show that she is coming from under that because you have to put that in with her receiving therapy. So she's going through a change. She's
Mm-hmm.
receiving therapy. She has a new man, and I hate to say this, but Preston was kind of plain, so it kind of went with the plain clothes. They never went anywhere. We don't
No,
know
they
where
didn't.
Preston was living. He never lived it.
It
He
was
never stayed at
always
a
at her
hotel.
place.
Right. That's why I
Uh-huh.
was like, did she change the sheets? Because he was always there. But
You
he's
know what?
gonna, I'm just being honest. He's been gone long enough now for her to be change the sheets, shook him out and hung him on the line. But anyway, they were at Andy's for this little, I don't know if this was breakfast, brunch, or whatever it was. Whatever it was, I loved the glasses and the little picture set. Wasn't it exquisite?
Mm-hmm.
That was so
Yeah, it
nice.
was.
It was
It
giving
was.
it was giving Macy's. Macy's down in the basement.
Definitely. Right.
But anyway, so that was really nice. I love the glasses. Before we even get to the conversation that they were having, like the circumference of the conversation. Did you hear what Andy said?
What part? I might have missed it.
Robin. She talked about Robin.
Oh, I don't know how I missed that. Girl, I
Me
gotta
either.
stop multitasking while I'm watching.
I sat still. I got so aggravated because somebody disturbed my little moment while I was listening. But she mentioned Robin. I don't remember exactly what
Oh,
she said, but I believe it was something involving her getting becoming partner. Now we
partner.
have to
Yeah.
wonder what was Robin's role? Because wasn't he her boss? So what was his position?
Yeah, I thought that he was over the company because they were trying to he had to come up with money so
Right,
that Gary and Hayden's plan wouldn't go. But I was trying to remember exactly what his role was too, and I was thinking with all that's going on with that other man dying and them trying to get partner, this would
right.
be the perfect time for them to ease him back in if
And this
they
they're
going to do
gonna
that.
have you got to look at it. She mentioned his name. I'll
Mhm.
get back to that when I get to the end and say what I got to say, and then I'll tie that in with her mentioning his name because it's definitely like the gateway to him coming back.
Mhm.
But we'll get back to that at the end. When they were speaking, Danny was still feeling guilty for her conversation with Zach when they were at this little brunch thing they were having at Andy's.
Mhm.
And as they were talking, everybody was kind of like saying what they were going through. And then here comes Karen. But Karen's story was a little bit heavier than everybody else. She turns this into a moment. She was trying to turn the party into hers when she began to talk about the whole pregnancy and stuff. That kind of got
Mhm.
on my nerves because,
Yeah.
first of all, this is Sabrina's moment. Even with them
Right.
going around the table talking about what they were talking about, if I was her and I had to add something to the conversation, that wouldn't have been it because it was a Debbie
Mhm.
Downer.
Exactly.
This turns it into all
Yeah.
about you when it's not about you. So
Right.
that just kind of
Yeah,
did
trying to
something for
steal
me.
the moment.
Yeah, maybe
Mhm.
she wasn't trying to, but because she's a Debbie Downer at this, well, she always kind of been a Debbie Downer because even when Andy
I
was
was
mhm,
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
when
Even when
Andy
Andy was
was
what?
with Gary, now Gary was on
Mhm.
some trash, but she was always, and nobody wants to have a friend that's always. on the negative
Mhm.
side. Even if that's how you really feel, it's all in presentation and timing. It's always in
Yeah.
there. You can't be, well, I told you. You
Mhm.
never say I told you. Unless the smoke has cleared and you come
Mhm.
back and be, girl, child, I told you
Yeah,
so and
right.
so. That's different. But when you write, Andy, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
Huh.
No, because you turned into a mom.
Yeah.
Like, go away, grandma. But
Mhm.
anyway, so Sabrina's Sabrina's really having a hard time about this pending pregnancy, her trying to have a baby. I get
Yeah.
it. Somehow I understand. I get it because here she is trying to start a family without a family. And
Mhm.
it's tough.
Yeah.
But in her situation, like I talked about last time, he's already he laid it out. He showed his hand. Look, I'm not trying to have any children. Somebody calling me. Anyway, I'm not trying to have any children. This is not what I want to do. You cannot continue on. That's like somebody proposing to you. Y'all been in this
Mhm.
relationship and here he comes proposing. You say no. Y'all don't get up tomorrow and go to
Yeah.
breakfast. It's over.
Right.
Because you told me that
Yeah.
you don't love me like I love you.
Well,
So,
I was glad that she was finally seeing that because at first it seemed like she was kind of okay with continuing the relationship thinking that they could kind of get past that, but now she's saying that she don't think it can work, because they got two different visions.
mm-hmm. Well, that's a good thing. But anyway, so poor little
Mhm.
Sabrina. I really do like Sabrina. But she's talking about
Mhm.
this baby at 35, which would be after 35 because it takes 9 months. But anyway, so it made me refer back to my own story. I was almost 39 when I had Dakota. Yeah.
That's right, sure was.
Don't do
Mhm.
that. Don't do that. But I mean, and I was high risk because I was over 35, but nothing happened. Now, this is her first
Mhm.
child. This would be her first child. So she should be moving right on along. I think that, do you think she's going to continue to talk to him? Yes, because nobody said it's over.
I do. I do. Even though she's saying that she know that it really can't work. Yeah, she is.
And then
I think she is.
she's still asking about Calvin. I mean, I
Mhm.
guess it only makes sense because he was her friend. Because they hadn't
Yeah.
established anything. But he was her friend,
Mhm.
so she's still kind of asking about him. But I think that she's probably going to ask about him more because this right here is going nowhere fast. It has no destination. This relationship that she has
Right.
with, I don't even know his name, child. I
Me
can't
neither,
think
I
of it.
know. But Calvin would have been all for this.
For her break, oh, for the baby?
Mhm.
I
Yep.
don't know because remember he had two daddies, so he might have had issues with that, like bringing
I
another
don't know,
child
but
into.
he really liked her and he wanted to
Mhm.
build with her, so I think he would have been okay with it.
I just wish they hadn't brought him into the story like they did. Because it was over before he
Yeah.
started with the red panties.
It was.
It was over. I mean, if you think about it, it was over before it starts. Whenever we watch programs, always watch the beginning because it
Mhm.
just like in any relationship, I'm just going to get off the show for a minute. Like on Power. You watched Power at the beginning, didn't you?
Mhm.
Okay, now we looking at this story like, okay, this is this big drug dealer and his wife. Okay, everything's great. In that first episode, Angela was on there.
Oh
So it was
yeah.
already, the seed had been planted. Just like with
Right.
Calvin, the seed had been planted, but we didn't know. The panty thing, yeah. Yeah, that was a turn off. And then him having two fathers
Mhm.
kind of meant both of the fathers it seemed like they were feminine, so there wasn't a balance.
Mhm.
So Calvin and this pending pregnancy or child, I don't know. He might have had a problem with himself. I don't know. But
Yeah.
looking at my notes,
But I
Pam.
was happy when they were standing around talking though, real quick while we still at the brunch. I was happy that they brought light to how gorgeous Sabrina is. She is so
Yeah,
pretty.
I'm glad
She
you
is
took.
so
Yes,
pretty.
she is. I've seen her in
Mhm.
a few other like movies. Just very pretty. Her skin is just she's got nice skin.
Yeah.
Those big eyes,
Yes.
the eyebrows. I don't know what her hair is looking like in there, but it really wouldn't matter.
Mhm.
It really wouldn't
Right.
matter. Yeah, back to the little brunch the table scene. Why did Andy give Sabrina money? Was that for her to have her eggs frozen?
Right. I caught the tail end of that part. I think that was to help with the fund the process or whatever. Um, yeah, but Andy
Okay,
better start holding on to some of this money
yeah,
she keep
though.
throwing around.
Now you as a best friend, if I asked you, if I told you, listen, I'm in this crisis, midlife almost, I want to have a baby, would you give me money to freeze my eggs although they are powdered?
It wouldn't honestly, it wouldn't even come across my mind
Because
to
why would
help
you
you
need
financially to do that. I
it's
it just
crazy.
it wouldn't.
She never indicated. She never once said, listen,
Right.
I can't afford blah blah blah. Here come
Right, like, "I wanna do this, but I don't
but
know if I can afford to
right.
do it." She never said that, but Andy don't know what her future hold with all of this strange stuff going on. She just better be
But look,
more wise with her
where's
money.
where's Andy spending money? Where? Don't forget that she got $1 million when she came back to the law firm.
Well, yeah, that's right, I forgot about that.
He's he bought the condo for her apartment. He bought that for her. He bought her the car. Remember
Mhm.
all the clothes and bags and stuff that was in the car? It might have just been
Yeah,
bags. Hey, she
I
didn't
think
go
it was
shopping.
bad.
She got a little her money is long. She got a little long money.
Mhm.
And she ain't paying imagine if you weren't paying rent and car notes and mortgages and blah blah blah. You'll be at the mall
Right.
too. You'll be giving out money
Uh-huh.
too. But I'm just saying, Pam. Now that we know that Pam is Beyonce's cousin, you guys, I'm gonna
Mhm.
post a picture of Pam and Beyonce together. Beyonce, she's a nice looking woman, but standing next to Pam without makeup, baby, Pam was prettier than Beyonce. She just has a natural
Mhm.
beauty. So her wearing this makeup, no, she doesn't
Yeah,
need it.
she looks so much better natural.
Yes, she
She was very
does.
pretty. Mhm.
Yeah, and then her acting, y'all, she just playing. She just playing.
Mhm.
But I liked how she making that money. I was inspired.
Yeah.
300 in 1 hour. I'm like, what can I do with
Mhm.
300 or something in 1 hour make me some money? But it was really I liked her career. I like her charisma. I just feel slighted because you can't just put that on the business account. Cause all
Mhm.
no, that has a reflection on what I'm doing here. What if it messes up? What about tax time? Just
Mm.
a whole bunch of stuff.
Exactly.
But I like how Pam is a hustler. You know, she got her Instagram
Mhm.
popping and she doing what she
Girl, she
does.
did that, didn't she?
Yeah. And then I thought for a second that Pam was doing hair, but no, the girl was using Pam's product on her edges. I guess Pam was just showing her how
Mhm.
to use it.
Yeah.
Pam, it cracked me up when Karen walked off and she was like, "Be rich, B-I-T-C." I said she's a nut, and she meant it. Karen really couldn't say nothing about her hustle. She couldn't say nothing because Pam doing her thing. I don't see nobody coming up in there getting her hair done. Pam is doing her thing. Moving right along. Gary at the gym. First of all, who said single but never solo? Oh, that was Sabrina. Okay, so that was at the little gathering they had. I thought that was nice, single but never solo, because she's surrounded by
Mhm.
her loved ones. Gary was bleeding at the gym out his nose.
Girl, yes.
If he quit playing with it, it wouldn't be bleeding. Using that
All
booger
that
sugar.
doggone snorting.
Uh-huh.
And something that I didn't notice last episode, because I would guess I was so focused on him sniffing. I didn't know that he had a gun in his hand in the car.
I didn't either. It was such a dark scene. I didn't know that. So he
Yeah,
was
it
thinking about
was
shooting
when
somebody,
they
or
did the I right. Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch, or maybe if somebody noticed, they can comment. But when the previews came on, I could have swore I saw a gun in his hand, and I'm like, I didn't catch that last
I don't
episode.
know if
I'm gonna have to go
his
back and
moments are that
make
low.
sure.
I don't know if he's that low. I didn't see it. It was such a dark moment. So I
It
don't know.
was, it was.
So he's
Yeah.
talking. So he's talking to Hayden. I don't know why.
Mhm.
I have no idea why he's talking to him because Hayden ain't thinking about Gary. Hayden is trying to
At
work it
all.
out with his boo. We'll get
Mhm.
back to her. Read my notes. Um, Zach and Fatima. Before I wrote this in my notes, I had already written that how, and I say this all the time, how long is Zatima gonna be in school? But I never see her in class. I never seen her up to a
Fatima.
computer. What did I call her? Zatima? Fatima.
Fatima, yeah.
Fatima, y'all. But I never seen her in class. Now it turns out on this episode she's just been accepted into law school. Well, doggone. We in the seventh season. What you been doing, boo? Like,
Mhm.
I thought she was in law school all along.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't know, new writers. I don't know what y'all got going. But Zach and Fatima are parents. I felt a little sick to my stomach because they kept putting emphasis on how both of them are parents. I'm not trying to be a Karen and a Debbie Downer, such as Karen, but they not married. So I just kind of felt like they was just putting a lot on that. Am I wrong? Mom, dad, mom.
I mean, well, I mean, I guess they talked about having a future together,
Right?
so,
Yeah.
and she kind of
Yeah.
was expecting and knowing that what she was signing
Right.
up for, but Zach just took it to a whole nother level too fast.
Did you see the Etch a Sketch?
Girl.
I was like, my daddy bought me a Etch a Sketch. That had to be every bit
Uh-huh.
of 45 years ago. Like, Etch a
Oh
Sketch is
my
still out
goodness.
here. But Fatima, I was going to say Fatima. Fatima's feeling slighted. She's feeling kind of low. And I think that it's a lot
Mhm.
coming at her. I think that it's more than her going to school.
It is.
I think that is
Mhm.
because Fatima is always, and I don't want to say nothing about her because I love Fatima, but she's always saving the day. She made a comment. I got to
Mhm.
flip my paper because y'all gonna hear it. She made a comment to um to Andy. She said, "All we do is figure it out." Remember, Andy was like, "You'll figure it out."
Mhm.
She was like, "All we do is figure
Mhm.
it out," and that meant something to me because in life you trade
Mhm.
one problem for another.
Yeah.
And that's not to be a pessimist, that's being a realist. Something is
Yeah, it's
coming.
true.
Now you being negative if you sitting there like, okay, this happened, what's gonna happen next? Now that's when you you looking,
Mhm.
you looking for
Mhm.
trouble. But the reality is, and I like the way she said that because in life, sometimes you just gotta pull your hair back, put it in a bun and make it happen. And so I like that she
Yeah.
said that. But anyway, let me get back into it before I start preaching and stuff. She
Mhm.
called Angela over. Wait, let me go back to Zach. He pissed me off when he talking about, can you stop at the store along the way home to get some juice boxes? I love juice boxes. If you would go sit your butt down,
You're
shut
right.
up and wait for the baby to get here. I love juice boxes. So now you're four. Come on now. That kind of pissed me off. But anyway, so where was I going with it? Because I skipped over how happy Zach was. Oh, back to Fatima when she invited Angela over. I love Angela. But she invited Angela over because she really needed a friend. And
Mhm.
Angela is the type of friend, sometimes she go off a little bit, she be off a little bit, but she's really the type of friend that ushers you back in when she sees where you're going. Like when she
Yeah.
was like, sometimes you got to color outside the line, color outside the box. And it made sense. It didn't really help Fatima, but if she hadn't have been so down, it would have penetrated. So I
Mhm.
like their relationship. But Fatima is overwhelmed, and I see that, and I believe that that's what they wanted
Mhm.
us to see when she was sitting smack dab in the middle of all that stuff. That represents that she's sitting smack
Mhm.
dab in the middle of all that stuff. So I don't know,
Yeah.
writers, y'all got to invite me into the writers' room so we can see what's going on. But I think that that's what was happening with Fatima at this point. You probably know what I'm getting ready to say. Call Paul.
Mhm.
Call Paul because you
Oh, here
need
you go again. Not at this point. She's too deep in now.
no, 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 no.
She cannot.
Paul will put her on the swing and push it and let her air it all out. Okay? Paul will sleep in the same bed with her and don't touch her just because
Oh
he's
my
trying to be a friend.
goodness.
Call Paul, you need a balance. Now, the bottom line, I'm gonna keep on petitioning, okay, for Paul.
Oh my
But
God. You wanted her to really complicate things.
at least she complicating them on her end.
You know what? Cut it out.
What? This is a true conversation between two best friends. At least she's complicated. At least she got some control of it. If she brings something in, at this point, she driving the car, parking the car, putting the gas in the car, washing the car, rotating the tires,
Wait, speaking of the car, why he tell her that she gonna have to
baby
trade her
on
car in
board.
for a caravan?
Oh, right.
For a
But the baby
caravan,
on
and he
board.
got her a baby on board theme. Zach really lost
That's
his
enough.
doggone mind.
Right. One down. No, one down, one to go. What? That would have pissed me off. But moving on, baby on board, yeah, that would have did it. But yeah, call Paul, get a balance. But anyway, Danny, girl, when she came in the office with that lemon yellow, the water resistant dress on, it was
Water
a
resistant.
waterproof dress. I just was looking at her like, dang, that reminded me of the giant slide, didn't it?
You know what?
Down at Belle Isle, just looking like the giant slide. But I mean, I love Danny. She's probably my favorite character at this point because she keeps it so real. But
Yeah.
that dress, no. Talk about slide about your clothes. That's what she was getting ready to do. So she's in there removing her clothes, getting ready to try to entice Tony, and the kids show up.
Mm.
That would have got me too. Because I know when I didn't have children, when other people had their children around, it used to piss me off. It did. I used to be like, look, I ain't come here for this.
Talking about when you was dating?
Yes, I was dating this guy
Oh
when I
my
was in high
goodness.
school, and he had a child prematurely because we too young for this. I should not be
Uh-huh.
coming over your house and not smell diapers. I don't think so.
Oh my
I wasn't cut
God.
out for that. I wasn't about to be nobody's stepmother. I got to sit over here because you got a diaper to change. Boy, if you don't get up out of here, I had a flashback. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. But anyway, so Danny's like, okay, I knew you had kids. Now think about it. Remember, I said at the beginning when I felt like he said, or I said that he said that you know what time it is, or you knew what it was. This was that day. This
Mm-hmm.
was that episode. Just making sure that I wasn't crazy. Just making sure. But anyway, so
Mm-mm.
he should have told Danny what was going on. Y'all in a full blown
Yeah.
relationship. Summertime is upon you. Y'all gonna be doing stuff. Now that's
Right.
who
To at
need
least
a
prep that they was
caravan.
coming.
Look,
He
that's who
said he
need a
was gonna tell
caravan.
her later, but he
Ain't
he
no
knew
later.
that they was coming. He should have been said that.
Yeah. So she handled it how she handled it, and good for her.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny when she said, "You should shush." Like that's something I would say. Cut off at the gate, like, okay, you should shush, shush it on up.
Then when the Lord, she said, and he asked me, was my, what's real?
But did he? Because I
He
rewinded.
said,
I didn't.
great way to raise them. Yeah, he
Right.
did. He was like, are those real?
I rewinded twice and I didn't hear it. I didn't
He
hear it. But
did,
yeah, that
girl.
was
He
deep.
did.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that was deep. Looking over my notes, she needs to tell Fatima needs to tell Zach about her acceptance letter. This is something that she's been
Hmm.
working towards. That's why I mean if she had called Paul and told him, she would have had a
You know
balance.
what? Let's
She would have
X
been
Paul out.
no. She would have had a balance. She would have been celebrated. But
Oh
this
my
right
goodness.
here, but she's probably putting this on herself because I don't think that it would be such a big deal if he knew. Because it's two of y'all. But
Yeah, but
it's
she
more.
need to go on and tell him
And call
because
Paul. Okay.
he going to have to adjust his expect. No, not
Yeah,
call Paul. Zach is going to have to adjust his expectations of
yeah,
her,
yeah, because he's leaning a
Like,
little
yes,
too
she's
hard.
going to be there for support and everything, but in all actuality, no, she still have her life to live,
Let's see.
and like you said, they
Mhm.
still need, they're not married yet.
Right.
They, are living together and everything. So yeah, of course, there's some things that she, um, you know, expect and it's a lot that she's already been supportive of, and she's
Hmm.
gonna continue to be support, but he can't expect so much of her.
I think he's getting used to her because she presented herself in such a way. Remember how they met when she hit him with her car?
Mhm.
And she been patching him up and fixing him ever since. So now she has become the problem solver. When's the last time he
Mhm.
solved a problem? Never. And that's how
Yeah.
men and women relationships are. You know, we tend to be the one that's gonna sit down and figure this out and move
Mhm.
this way and that way. But that balance thing, you told me not to mention Paul again, but I just said his name, so I might as well say it again. Paul would give her a balance. She would be balanced. She wouldn't be all stressed out and carrying everything. And then listen to him saying, I love you, just don't know what I'd be doing without you, and blah, blah, blah. She made you, so let her take a break. Let her sit down. I'm not saying he should let her take a break and go to Paul. I'm saying he needs to let her sit down and just breathe for a few minutes and accept. But see,
Mhm.
we already prejudged him like, okay, it's going to be a burden in our relationship if he knows that I've been accepted to law school.
Mhm.
That's a chance she's gonna have to take,
Yeah.
and she need to take that right now. Anyway, so that's the end of Paul for this episode. But tune in next week.
Yes.
Hayden,
Mm, mm,
Hayden, I
mm.
try to like Hayden. I try, but Hayden is such a waste of skin on purpose. On purpose, he is a waste of skin on purpose. He is a waste of skin intentionally. He really is. He's just
Yeah.
when he approached Andy. Why did what he say rerouted her day? She was on her way over to Jordan's.
Yeah, I was mad about that. Like, I mean, but he is really giving it to her bad and stuff, and really, making her out to be like a whore or something. I mean, all of the bashing, he is doing that bad, but Andy should be confident enough to not let that get to her.
Well,
Um,
mm-hmm.
we're talking about Hayden. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't really think what he say carry much weight. Bump him.
No, but she's
So I hate
really.
that she was letting that get to her,
Mm-hmm.
and that she, I don't know, he let that change everything up, and I think Jordan picked up on it, especially when he said I love you at the end of the
Oh,
call and she
girl,
didn't say it
girl.
back.
He
Mhm.
said, "I love you." It made me
I know.
think
I'm
about.
trying to be nice to Jordan this week, but yeah.
I'm not. I'm not, and I'll tell you why later. But I've been where he is in such a way. Somebody told me that they loved me,
Mhm.
and it wasn't in a romantic relationship. It was more like, because I can't go into too many details, but it was like a family situation. But the family
Mhm.
was a family member of a family member and not me. But did that make sense? The family,
The family,
okay,
what? The family member was a family member of a
member of
family,
a
but
family
not you.
member, but not me. I'm just tossed in
Oh,
there.
got you. Got you.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So this person, I guess she's very fond of me. And this is no, yeah, I don't think that we lesbian, homosexual, whatever. This is a loving situation. But she told me, and she's told me more than once, I love
Mhm.
y'all. But she was talking to me, so I was responsible for responding. Hmm. So what I said was, oh, that's so sweet. That was the best I could do. Now in Andy's case, she can't do that. She can't do that. She can't do it because she's trying to build this bond, but see, there's something there. She's still
Mhm.
also grieving her relationship with Gary because Gary, he stood for something in her life, something somewhere.
Yeah.
So there's still a grieving process, and then here comes Jordan. Now, if it was the old Jordan, he'd have been like, "Hello, hello."
Mhm.
I said,
Yeah.
but this one was standing there looking dumb. But I'm just wondering if the break right there was about Gary or Robin, and I could really be reaching. It was probably about Gary, but they mentioned Robin for a reason, and the look on her face when she said it. Robin is all we need to come in and fix the situation or break up the situation. I'm not necessarily talking about Jordan and Andy. I'm talking about this whole FBI thing, this whole thing about her becoming partner. Now go back. Andy and Robin had some issues as far as her becoming partner. Remember? It was this game they were playing.
Um, Oh.
It was
Oh, yeah, when they was in that room or whatever
they were in the room,
in the
but
hotel?
no, 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 they weren't in the hotel. They were in the
No?
office.
Oh.
And then something happened where he showed up over her house. I don't know, but there was a little feud there. Dang, I wish I
Mm.
could put it together, but he said something. She just was like, "Well, I'm trying to make partner." So it was some game that she was playing between him and Gary. I really need to sit down and have like a total sisters marathon, but I don't know if I can do it because remember Karen had wore those white shoes on more than one occasion, and I can't stomach it again. I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway,
Yeah, mm-mm.
moving on. Tamara, or is it Tamara? We can never get it right, but she's
Yeah, I
growing
can
on
never
me.
get it. Yeah.
I just want to say this, y'all. She from Detroit, okay? She one of us. Well, actually, I'm from Highland Park, close enough. But she's one of us. Um,
Mm.
and this is just stay with me, y'all. She was nervous when Gary showed up. Okay, stay with me. Don't go beyond what I'm saying because I wrote this in my notes before it came down. But she seemed so nervous when Gary came in. I looked away from the TV for 1 second, and then Penelope was there. I didn't know she was there with him.
She sure did. She walked in with him.
But look, when they showed the previews last week, I didn't remember seeing her coming in. I just saw
Yeah, I didn't
Gary.
either.
But anyway, so she
Mhm.
shows up. I'm so tired of these wigs that some of these people wearing between Karen, Penelope, and Tamara, Tamira. These wigs got me like, okay, they just busted. Y'all need to. Y'all heard of a front or a lace front? Come on, get into it. Y'all got the money. Stop buying these old beauty supply wigs and just slapping them on. Anyway, moving on. So she
You
seems to
know that's
be,
Tyler's history.
girl, hello. Come on, get you to put some money to the side and get these wigs. You can repurpose them. You can find some wigs that you can restyle them and somebody else can wear them. Come on. Anyway, moving on. Um, so she seems nervous around him. I like how hospitable she was towards
She
Penelope.
was. I said, "Look at her."
Right. So that's when I was like, okay, she's growing on me. She's growing on me. I'm starting to like
Mhm.
her. And I don't hate her now. So
Mm-mm.
Penelope, all of a sudden, I'm so tired of Penelope's stomach. Just like, I heard, let me go to the bathroom. What you doing in there? So
But
she,
what was awkward to me was that Hayden showed her what a bathroom was
hey,
instead of
don't be
Tamara.
surprised if they in there getting a swerve on.
Girl, right.
But anyway, so she made shows her to the restroom. Tamara, y'all gotta bear with me. And Gary are in each other's faces. I write in my notes. Dang. When she said, get out my face, I heard my voice because you know that's my thing. Get out my face. But anyway,
Mhm.
when she said that, I wrote in my notes. Now I'm still writing as I go. I was like, dang, are they going to kiss?
Mm.
I'm reading my notes
I
right
didn't
here.
see that coming.
I said, Tamara's growing on me. When she told Gary to get out her face, I was thinking the same exact thing. Then, and I said, well, they going to kiss? And then I said, but they kissed. I had to cross out, were they going to kiss? Because I said it before they did it. And I was like, that was with passion.
Yeah.
So let me say this. Maybe they already knew each other.
That would be interesting.
Maybe Tamara was one of his things, one of the ladies that he was cheating on with when he was married, cheating with when he was married. Maybe
Mhm.
because the passion is not that hot. He still
Well,
got
but why
dry
was he
blood of a
trying
big
to
nose.
vet her and find stuff on her, and then he kept coming back telling Hayden he couldn't find nothing, or he didn't find anything?
I don't know. I don't know. I would have to think about that. I don't know. That could have just been
Yeah.
something to throw us. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could have been something to keep her around. I don't know.
All
It
right.
could go a whole lot of directions, but so they started kissing. Then Hayden walks in next week's episode, and he's like, "Everything good?" From the looks of it, it's very delicious. It's good. It's good. Now, where was Penelope? So I can't wait for next week because we just got through saying some things. We really did. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. Do I have anything else in my notes? I know y'all hear the paper. Oh, as an avid journal keeper, I learned something. I learned
What's
something
that?
when Danny was writing in her journal, and the therapist was saying basically, speak to yourself.
Hmm.
Speak to yourself so she could move beyond the feelings that she suppressed. Because she suppressed the feelings about when she was attacked when she was in college. Those were feelings that she suppressed. So in writing that journal, she's able to say, look, little girl, you're free. Because now she's a grown
Hmm.
woman. And I was moved and I cried. I cried on that part. I was so moved because I understood. I understood that.
I knew you would love that part.
Yeah, I understood it. Let me look. I
Hmm.
think that's the last of my notes. Oh, no, 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 no. This is the granddaddy of them all. So Jordan is a pedophile. Don't you hate that?
Wait a minute, what?
He's a pedophile.
I missed that. What happened?
How? Maybe it was a
I don't
preview for
know.
it must have been a preview for next week. Now you're making me feel like I
What?
didn't see or hear what I saw. Or however, you're making me feel like it didn't happen. But I believe that Jordan has some charges on him and that he
Hmm.
is a member of the pedophilia community. I, mm, I don't know, but after we get off, you go on and look at the previews for next week.
Yeah, I got to find that. Wow.
And if this is true, now you listeners, if I said something that's wrong, y'all got to excuse me because I have some issues. But if it's right, that's why he be always smiling and looking goofy and such, all
Hmm.
giddy and stuff. But anyway, so that's I think that's all. That's all I have on my notes. I think that's it. But if this is the case, ooh, baby, it's about to be over. It's about
Hmm.
to be a fight. She can't go back to Gary because it's the whole situation is too tarnished.
Mm-mm. No,
Maybe,
ain't no way she can go back to Gary.
right? Maybe Gary's gonna end up with Tamara. Maybe that's how that's gonna go. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
Oh, wait a minute. We didn't say goodbye. What about Karen at the hospital?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
forgot
didn't.
all about that part.
I don't think I didn't write notes about that. I think I was watching the clock. But so Karen goes into the hospital. It was so unrealistic because you can't go in the hospital and be like, "Look, an emergency. I need a paternity test. This is an emergency."
Right, yeah, that's not
So
gonna
she
happen.
goes in. The nurse asks her, "Are you in any pain?" She says, "No, but I need to see a doctor." First of all, they would be like, "Well, what's wrong?" Because you need to know why are you
Hmm.
here? How can we help you? So she was like, "I just need to see a doctor." So the nurse is like, "Well, we'll have to, send in the on call, doctor." Doctor comes in. I don't know. I know she was. I don't know if this was next week or this was this week. But the doctor comes in and she's trying to explain to her situation with Aaron and Zach. She admitted. She
Hmm.
openly admitted that she didn't know who the father was. That she needed to find out.
Finally.
Now this may sound rude, but they're making her stomach get bigger. You're gonna say I'm dumb for saying this. Well, why they didn't increase her breast size? Did
You
you
know
see?
what?
No, no, no. Did you see how she was looking in that swing
I'm about
T-shirt?
tired of you.
I'm tired of myself, but did you see how she was looking in that swing T-shirt when she was up there talking to the
Yes,
nurse?
honey, I did.
We all know that I've been skinny. I've been skinny in my day, but when you get pregnant, you get a little expansion. You get a little. She didn't get one. She looked like a boy standing up there talking, "I need to see a doctor for what? What did you swallow a
Boy.
basketball, sir?" She just looked like a boy at that point. But she goes into the she goes back there. She's talking to the doctor. I'm really surprised that the doctor was entertaining the whole thing because that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. So now
Hmm.
I believe we're getting to a point where we're going to see Karen laying down in a hospital bed, looking like she's in a bit of a conundrum. She's going to be laying there on the hospital bed. Looks like she's trying to figure it out. So we'll see what happens. That should be on next week's episode because she's at the hospital and the day can only last so long. But
I was just about to say, I hope they don't drag that day out for weeks.
They can't do that. They can't.
Getting tired
For
of
what?
this.
That mean that Fatima got
No.
to sit in that mess of toys. No, I can't see it. I can't see it another day. But this week was interesting, and poor little Maurice.
It was a lot going on this week.
It was, and I did good with my notes because I
Mhm.
got 2.5 pages. 2.5 pages. But I'm interested to see where it's going with Tamara and Gary because they obviously have history. Because there's no way. And then why is she so upset? Why is she
Yeah,
so upset? If Gary
right.
did what he did to her, and there was nothing to hide, he wouldn't have been welcome at my home anymore. He wouldn't
Mhm.
have been welcome there. I'd have been like, okay, what are you doing here? So,
Right.
um, I think that's it for me.
Yep,
Okay, guys, we just
that's
want to
all
thank
I
you.
got.
Yeah, that's all I got too until I remember something else before we get out of here. But before we get out of here, guys, I want to thank you all for your listenership. We got lots and lots of
Yes.
views over the last couple of weeks. Especially last week was good. So we want you to continue to listen and subscribe. Stop looking and not liking. Come on now, subscribe.
Yes, yes. Please
Subscribe.
like, comment, subscribe. We love feedback. If it's
Yes.
anything that we might have missed or
Right.
anything more that you all would like from us, we would love to hear that feedback.
Right. And also things that we may not say that we may
Hmm.
discover later. You can always go over to community, and I'm always posting crazy stuff, crazy pictures. So just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yes.
We're going to be back next week.
Bye.